Interpersonal communication, an example of a breakdown in communication between a superior and a subordinate that could have been avoided, by Tara Williams. I am a hairdresser at a salon here in New Jersey. I have been there the longest and therefore am promised to automatically receive the first clients ahead of everyone else. This is a part of my seniority contract. There are 15 chairs, and not all are being used. My boss hires new people to allow her business to grow. My point of view. I've been there for almost 7 years and have put my time in. My book is not filled to capacity at all times. It is not okay to have new people with new clients making money while I sit making nothing. I feel when this happens that my feelings are being neglected and my dedication is not being rewarded. This makes me feel unappreciated. Her point of view. She has a business to run, and as a boss, it's hard to make everyone happy at all times. The business has to make money, and therefore they have to hire new people. She cannot be everywhere at all times, so it is impossible to always control what happens at the desk. Things to keep in mind. We have a very close relationship, and I look at her as family. Closeness can sometimes lead to a comfort in saying how you feel, and sometimes we forget our superior versus subordinate roles. We think entirely different when it comes to the business, and I think she makes a lot of unfair mistakes. I have a temper and tend to get heated quickly and raise my voice. We are alike in that we are both very emotional and very dramatic. My approach and her reaction. I immediately present her angrily and full of accusations when I have a problem. An example being a new girl getting a walk-in client when I have the time available. She gets defensive immediately. Our voices begin to raise, which leads to screaming because we're both trying to be heard. This leads to a very heated argument. Sometimes words are exchanged that can be detrimental to our relationship. We tend to say things we could later regret when we are mad. Because of all the animosity, no one is listening to the other. We leave the situation unsettled and questions unanswered, and filled with resentment on both sides. No one is happy. How our approaches led to conflict. Our listening skills were almost non-existent. We were each judging the other and speaking from closed-minded points of view. Each of us were only looking at the surface level without realizing the deeper, more meaningful points. We were interrupting each other and yelling over one another. Neither of us were acknowledging the other's feelings. We were judging each other according to who we each decided the other to be. We were using negative, nonverbal cues such as eye rolling and lack of eye contact. Strategies for improving communication. Learn to express our emotions in a more effective manner. We can sit down, talk it out in a more relaxed setting. Keep in mind that emotions are contagious. If one of us is getting loud and dramatic or angry, the other is most likely going to mimic. Understand and analyze emotions prior to acting on them. It is okay to take a breather and think everything out. Not everything has to be dealt with right when it happens. So think before you act. Scream before you scream. Make sure that the other understands what you're saying. Guide them through your thoughts and ask the same of them. And make sure you understand your own feelings and express them politely. Being clear about our feelings and thoughts to each other in a calm manner will get us further. Put ourselves in each other's shoes. Try not to pass judgment. Listen critically. Look for the deeper meaning in both sides. Always maintain politeness. And be an active listener when the other is speaking. Conclusion. Disagreements do not have to get out of hand if you use the right communication skills. Listening is a huge part of communication. Every situation is unique and has its own way of being solved. It is possible to have a positive and happy conclusion if communications are handled the right way. That is it for my presentation. Thank you.